Good afternoon, YouTube. It is a happy Friday for me, and I'm here to record the end of a 48-hour fast. My last OMAD pushed another day by mistake, and you've seen this before. I've been doing this from time to time, but I think my maximum so far is only about 36-hour, pushing it to 36-hour fast by mistake. In this case, it was partially a mistake. Well, partially because I noticed that my ketone levels were very low beyond Tuesday, I think. For some reason on Wednesday, when I woke up on Tuesday, I got a really good sleep from Monday to Tuesday, or was it Tuesday to Wednesday? No, Monday to Tuesday. I woke up and I went from the last reading of 2.2, and that was after eating, all the way down to a reading of 0.4, and I was like, what gives here? And I thought it was just the dawn phenomenon, and then I checked it back again. I was about 0.6. I was like, man, my high levels that I had from Sunday and Monday are gone, because they were like 3.0 or 3.5 or something. And I didn't understand why that was. Part of it is because I partially veered off after doing, and I didn't show it. I didn't record it. But part of it was me doing like more carby stuff. So during Tuesday, I should say the Monday before that, when I had my OMAD meal, I also decided to like have some dark chocolate and then some other things. Like, I think I was scooping out some yogurt and some raw pumpkin. I'll show you what that looks like. I haven't eaten it since, or I haven't eaten it for a while. I'm not sure if it was since then, but basically it's like this. Like, this is my first time ever having pumpkin. Let me see. And be prepared, this is going to be a somewhat long video, so I already started digging through it and eating quite a bit of it, but it's more on the carb side versus, and the sugar side, 10 grams of carbs versus there's no fat. So that's the thing, is like, I was using it in my coffee during that day, Tuesday, and I had some scoops later on that day. I mean, today's Friday, right? So I tried to like be strategic about things, like maybe I'll go lower calorie on Wednesday. Didn't seem to work. And so basically, I just was like, you know what? I just told myself, I'm done with the office. Like, I didn't have to go in today. We were done. Like the people that were gonna take the class and they were gonna ask us questions, they were done by the afternoon or midday of yesterday. So we went home and I just started doing work yesterday at around 12 p.m. So I didn't have to go back to the office today, so I figured, hey man, you don't have to act normal, so you could just fast another day, you know? And that's what I ended up doing. So, but regardless, I still have to remember, even when I'm working from home, to do a long-term fast is rough as fuck. Like when I did the 7-day fast, I strategically did it during a time where I was taking time off, you know. Oh, and by the way, I haven't worn this shirt for a while, right? But I figured that I'm running out of shirts because I need to do my laundry. So it sounds more disgusting than what it is, than what you might have assumed. But to be honest, this shirt just kind of feels like too formal in a way. Like whenever I wear it, it's like I feel like I have to be tight and like go to school or something. It's a polo shirt, obviously. I know what a polo shirt is, Mark. I just could escape my head that one day. But yeah. I haven't really recorded many videos except for that one about the steak bowl, the beef bowl that I had with the steak. And like I said, I'm 48 hours fasted right now, and I honestly feel like shit. Like, I just need to eat, because when you're on OMAD, you're so used to like going through your life fed and stuff like that. So Yeah, it's been quite rough for me, I have to admit. And like it wasn't that bad yesterday, but then today I was like, dude, I was the latter part of the work day, which by the way is not done because after I eat, I'm actually gonna go probably do another 2 or 3 hours. Because honestly, the last 2 or 3 hours I've been so out of it, like, oh, I haven't been able to focus or anything. And by the way, this last week, I can prove to you that a lot of this stuff is kind of bullshit in terms of getting numbers up and stuff like that, which it kind of is and kind of isn't. What I mean by, but in terms of the bullshit, like when the manager, the boss, or whatever required us to go in, ironically, it brought the numbers down. So like the average went down because what's crazy is that we so when we go in, everything is actually a lot slower than what it should be. I don't know what it is. Like the router is not as fast or whatever. And so we've been complaining about that. We're like, how come our system is super slow? Like when we go in the office, but when we're at home, it's actually pretty damn fast. So he gave me the numbers for the last 3 days, and the average was way low. It was like 200 trusses per day, and I mean I didn't do that much. I did about 150 or so per day compared to what I normally, But the average was 200. The average is always above me, so just slightly. But 200 is very low. Like there was one week where we did on average 270 and 300, and at one point it was like 400. But that's because it's an indication that our system was just really slow this week. So I don't feel that bad, but because that is the 150 is lower than what I would wanted. But at the same time, there was also a factor involved with us going in and then just joking around and just having stupid conversations that brought it down, I think. So yeah, I think that I don't feel so bad about seeing that number for the last 3 days or whatever. And but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to like try to put in an extra time or whatever, because I'm trying to be, like this last week it was an exception. I didn't do any extra time, because didn't put in extra time because I was going into the office anyway, and the thing is, it was the boss and everybody else around us kind of made it more miserable of experience. He was calling me out on random things, just kind of as a joke, but still, it was like this, like very like. It was kind of a mentally disgusting thing. I don't want to say like disgusting in the sense of like, what are you doing? You're disgusting, but like kind of like this bad, bitter feeling in my soul in a way, or in my mind, that made things hard to process. It wasn't that it was hard to process information, but I was basically said, you know what, screw it. I'm done with this by the end of the day. I'm just gonna go do some run, do some sauna, go to the sauna, do something where I'm just gonna relax and just sleep, and then just like I was much more unusually tired than usual, obviously than usual. At the end of the day than I would have if I just worked from home and then been able to displace more time towards the end of towards the last 2 hours, 3 hours before going to sleep, to getting my numbers up, which I would have done more of course, if I didn't have to interact with those, my coworkers and stuff like that, and the boss that was acting just like super sarcastic and being all bullshitty. So that happened. Like that was literally what happened on Monday. I was so tired after work. Shit. What happened? I think I got home around 7, actually. It was a little bit later than usual because I actually did stay a little bit late. And I think I literally took a nap, was up for about an hour, but then went back to sleep and woke up like 9 hours later just to go to work again. It was literally what it was. And I never do that, right? Because usually, like, I'll push through the last 3 hours before it's 11 p.m. or whatever, and then I'll go to sleep. And that, ironically, caused me to have a ketone of 0.4, even though I got deep sleep and stuff. You know, it's the weirdest thing. But, because, yeah, then it became Tuesday. And so, basically, this whole week has been kind of like that. And so, we've been tired. I've been tired, not for the reasons that you would think, but for other stupid reasons, like, you know, trying to talk to him about stuff that they're doing with the repairs, like this, my coworker, and like, I don't know, just different things, and just irrelevant things too, because it's like I'm just trying to sit there, do my work, and he's here trying to waste time, or the boss is trying to waste time. Even the boss is trying to waste time and talk about irrelevant things while I'm there, and he's like, and then there's Raimundo, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like you feel like you have to spend 2 hours to participate in useless conversation. And so, so there's that, you know, and it just feels weird. It's like, if you watch The Office, you'll understand, right? So there was a lot of time wasting, and it brought my numbers down a little. And so obviously that was, you know, it's weird because it's, as weird as it sounds, it sounds like a relaxing thing. It's actually not relaxing. It was a tiresome thing, because you're like, you're taking in, even though he's playing around with you, he's almost doing it in a way that's consistent with being in an office, you know, and it kind of has its own stressor to it, which is kind of weird. But anyways, I still have to do some dishes before I cook my meal. I don't even know what I'm going to cook, although I have a small idea. I'm going to have to bring out some dishes to see, but you're going to get bored watching me clean, but I'm still going to do it. Oh, before I do that, actually, I'm going to wipe down the surface here, and then I'm going to explain, which is kind of weird, because it's like, why would you waste people's time on YouTube? Aren't you talking about wasting time already? Well, I don't know. It is what it is. If you want to skip it, skip this part, because I'm going to be cleaning and stuff. So, but there's some other things I want to show you. So I realized, like, partially too, that part of my, like, tiresomeness, like, even though I was having yerba mate during Monday, is I realized, like, I could be having coffee. I was having that instant coffee from Blue Bottle, and I actually didn't realize, but Blue Bottle is an organic coffee blend brand. I was like, holy shit, man! I've been getting the best coffee, and I wasn't even aware of it. Like, it's good. It's actually good for you. They source it the best out of a lot of big chains, actually. So I'm a little proud of myself for that. But Blue Bottle's good. I should have given Mark some. Oh, he's not in. That's right. He's not into coffee. Forgot about that. But yeah, Mark, if you're ever into coffee, man, dude, go. If you're curious about having coffee, get Blue Bottle, man. Blue Bottle the bright blend. Here's the. I've already started using it, and as a corollary, I'll just spill the beans, so to speak, spill the coffee beans, and tell you that I actually got myself a coffee maker for the first time. I never bought one before. It was always like something else. And it's weird because, like, I never wanted to buy like a so-called coffee maker, because I just thought it was like why get a coffee maker if it's just gonna make shitty coffee. But now that I have like ways of sort of diversifying the way I make coffee and tea and stuff, like, I didn't feel so bad about investing in a coffee maker. So, and it's actually a small one too, so I only paid, what, $23 for it? And again, like, I don't really need to make a ton of coffee to have throughout the day, because I have so many different options. So that's why I figured I would get a small one. Especially because, like, by the 5th cup, I'm done. Like, generally speaking, I don't need more than that. There's just no reason to. So this is like the 5th cup. And it's like 400 milligrams of caffeine by that point. Maybe 450 or something, but it's all good. When I make my layered latte, because here's the thing, and I'll explain it while I'm doing the dishes because I have to do the dishes to make my food. But so basically, what ends up happening is, you know, when I make my layered latte, all I needed was the espresso machine, you know? So, so when I made so basically I just kind of stuck with that for a while. And I'm just like, what's the point in getting a coffee maker when all I need is that? But, hold on a second. I thought I had my sponges here. Nope, I don't see it. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, sorry, I was looking for the sponge. I couldn't find the sponge. So basically, I thought all I was gonna need was that, you know, the espresso maker, because I was like, you're just gonna make your layered latte every day, right? But like, I don't want to kick myself out of ketosis or anything like that. So I know that, yes, you won't necessarily be kicked out of ketosis, but you're also not allowing yourself to check real quick, right? But you're not allowing yourself, just because I feel fat from here, right? You're not allowing yourself to be able to access the high levels of ketones. Like, sure, yeah, when I do my layered latte, I could stay in ketosis, but see, I'm more serious now about trying to get into the higher levels and stuff like that, while also being able to be stationary or sit down or whatever, right? And OMAD's been helpful with that because it's directly related to your insulin control. There's like a direct correlation with your insulin control. So like right now, for example, my ketones are at 1.6. I haven't eaten for 2 days, right? I'm about to break the fast. And so imagine if I had the layered latte, it'd be at like 0.6 or 0.7, even with all the exercise I did. So I was lucky enough that after when we were done with work at 12 noon, we were all headed home, right? Me and my boss and someone else, right? And a coworker. And so I thought, you know what? I'll just stop by. I'll stop by a running spot that I know of, and I ran for 6 miles, and I got my ketones up to like 0.7, right? And so I didn't have time to do any more workout, you know. So I just did regular work, and my ketones basically remained the same. And then this morning I was motivated. I was like, I decided to skip eating yesterday. So I would have had my OMAD meal yesterday, but I decided to skip because I wanted those ketones to go up. I knew that my insulin level was in a weird way was too high. You know, something wasn't right. Like, cause I was like, I had those good ketone numbers just the other day, and it's like, what in the hell is going on here? Everything is insulin. Everything is insulin. You could try to slice it however you want, but everything is insulin. So sometimes you're just in a fucked up situation, and your body just doesn't want to budge. And unfortunately, you know, I'm trying not to, but even though OMAD has been great for that, I was like, you know what, you got to do everything you can to get that back going, so that you can start losing. You can actually lose weight on this program, so to speak. You know, at the leanness that you're at. And so I skipped the meal, and I went for. So I still consider it, and some of you may not consider this this way, but I consider this an extended OMAD only because of the principle, which is that you're controlling your insulin while also not destroying you're not destroying other things related to like long-term fasting that long-term fasting would. And like, if I were to extend my fast a little bit longer than this, I think my body would register it as a long-term fast. So I'm glad, you know. But so far, yeah, it has been 48, maybe like 49 or 50 hours now. And, you know, actually, you know what? It's been less time than that because I told you that I actually had my meal. So right now it's like 7 or something. So actually I'll take that back. It's been 45 hours technically. But do I want to eat at 11 p.m. again? No. So I'm going to cook my meal right now. So no, it hasn't been 2 days, but 100%. But it's been long enough to where my body's like, dude, you got to eat something, you know, on the OMAD program. So it's like, you know, but I still wanted to skip yesterday because I saw those low ketone levels, and I'm like, dude, I got to. And so I basically did a fasted workout, you know, a fasted run for about an hour and 20 minutes, 80 minutes, a fasted run. And that was about 10 miles. So this morning. And so it felt really good actually, but obviously I didn't want it. I thought about eating at lunchtime, but I was like, dude, you know, as strange as it sounds, I'm actually at a point where when I break the fast, I might have diarrhea or something, you know, so I have to be careful, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to break my fast, my so-called 2-day fast, but it's an extended OMAD fast. And we'll see what happens. By the way, I weighed myself, and I'm about the same weight as I was on Sunday, and when I got the DEXA scan last. And that you might think, oh well, you should kill yourself, or you know, you should feel bad because you're not losing weight or whatever. But no, I think I don't think that's a good indicator of saying, okay, I'm not losing weight. I think I am losing fat. I think I am. It's just, maybe it's a small body recomposition. Because like if I'm having adequate protein and stuff, you would think that I should be gaining muscle too, you know? I should be gaining muscle, especially with those workouts that I've been doing a little bit. I've been doing a little bit of workout. I didn't show it, but I think it was Sunday or something. I use the Bulgarian bag. I do a few things. So it's like, you know, I do some, you know, a few things. So you would think that I'd be gaining muscle. So I think that's what's happening. And even though I'm running too, but the running is just, you know, I probably is more for fat loss, you know, just trying to get that weight down. So, you know, and so it kind of feels discouraging because I feel like I'm biased towards weight loss in the sense of like I'm doing a 8-mile run, but at the same time I'm not doing like a crazy resistance training, you know, regime. But that's because it's a fasted workout, so it's like to do a fasted workout with resistance training seems kind of null in a way, because it's like, where's the protein coming from, right? If you don't have it, you know, for that time. So I don't know. I guess I have to do more research on this stuff, but yeah, I think a fasted workout is more like a cardio workout would be make more sense, because you're like looking for fat loss, right? So there's that. But yeah, let's see what's in the fridge that I can cook up. Probably gonna have some eggs. Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, this is gonna be good. But yeah, my whole thing is like, sometimes I worried about like where I am with my body, but it's like I have it in my mind, and I planned this out to where I would be doing this pretty much for a whole month, you know, OMAD, and see where my body leads to at the end of the day. But obviously, you have days like this where you could be strategic and not try to reset those insulin levels, because if it wasn't for that, if I would have seen a continuous ketone reading of like a high ketone reading, I'd be like, okay, well, then just keep eating, you know. But to see the ketones so low, it's like, dude, let's try to focus on abstinence of food, basically, you know. And I think you just have to do that. Even if you're on a program like this, you're going to have to do that if you're serious about using it for weight loss, because people do plateau on OMAD, and I believe the reason is because somehow their body gets adjusted to doing the same thing, and so they just kind of, their insulin levels will remain high, even just after breaking it after like 24 hours, so it makes sense, because like you would have to fast for a longer period eventually for you to reset your insulin levels, even for a normal feeding window. Like if you're just eating regularly, you at some point would have to fast, or else you're going to get potentially get insulin resistance or whatever, or be metabolically inflexible. So like it makes sense why, like, even out on OMAD you would experience that at some point, So I don't feel bad. It just is what it is, right? Because it's like, once you recognize what that is, then you just say, okay, well, I could have remained ignorant for years and years and have this be a problem for me, and then gain a bunch of weight. But I could also catch it now and realize, hey, I can take care of this, right? So it's just, in my opinion, it's just being more advanced about your health consciousness than it is about other things, So it's all right. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to eating. And posting on YouTube about this stuff feels weird, because it's just, you're like, when does this ever end? Some people think, oh, when does this ever end? Well, it's not about that necessarily. It's about your awareness, being able to see what really needs to happen, and stuff like that. So, you don't have to be metabolically flexible. You just don't. You never have to be, right? You never have to be metabolically flexible. It is what it is. But for me, I want to be metabolically flexible so that I could have the opportunity to lose excess fat, and also other benefits too. But like, if I wasn't doing this for fat loss, I'd probably have a lot more calories during the time that I break my fast, but I would still be fasting because it would give me mental clarity. I would still be doing, like, not long-term fast maybe. It just depends on what my ketone reading would say, or like how I feel, I guess. But see, everything that we're talking about, everything like when we're saying ketones, it's not necessarily because you're not losing weight. It's just the whole metabolic flexibility, right? So I could be doing this and not expect myself to be cutting or whatever, right? But it's part of metabolic flexibility, and so it's important, right? Anyways, I did most of the dishes. Now I'm just gonna start getting my stuff together. And so it's great that we have that I have these tools for metabolic flexibility, because it really helps, your life to be metabolically flexible. Your brain, it helps your brain, it helps everything. And your boss is not going to see that. People at work aren't going to see that. They're just going to see results or whatever. So, and they're not going to understand, like, the process. Well, they're not going to even see all the results. They're just going to look at a number and think that that's results. So, and it's not. It's not. It definitely isn't. Anyway, I wanted to show you what it was that I got. So I just did dishes. As you can see, I'm still drinking my Blue Bottle coffee. So I ended up getting a coffee maker. It's Mr. Coffee. It's got 5 cups, the capability of 5 cups. I brewed some. And so I just put those beans inside the grinder, which I got a grinder for $35. This was $25 about. And it's very interesting. I love this grinder. I never had a grinder before. Actually, I had one, but my dad gave it to me and it was kind of a cheap one. And that's fine, but I love this one in particular because you have different levels of fineness. You can also adjust it for how many, basically how many cups you're gonna make. But this is associated with the number of tablespoons, and basically 4.5 tablespoons. In my case, 5 because I like to use a little bit more. Tablespoons of the beans would provide 6 cups of coffee, or I should say, it provides grinded up beans that provide 6 cups of coffee that you would use in a coffee maker. So there's the medium, there's the coarse, and then there's coarse medium, there's medium, and then there's medium fine, and then there's fine. I found that medium fine works best for this Mr. Coffee to be complementary for that. And then fine is obviously for the espresso machine, so like for something like that. And I think some grinders are super powerful, so they can even have a capability of making it even more fine. Actually, obviously, it could always be as fine as you want it to be, right? Like you could just grind it forever and ever and ever, right? And then make it as fine as you want. But this has a certain timer to it, and it's so interesting. It's built in within the system, so within the grinder. So I love it, and it'll make it the way you intend on it. Because, like, for example, the beans that I got from World Traveler Coffee Roaster a long time ago are just way too fine. It's in here. Sorry about that. My phone ran out of memory, and I had to go back to videos from a long time ago to delete. So I suspect that I have a lot more room now. It's weird because I thought I had a lot more room the other day. But this was like 5 hours of video that I deleted, so I should be good. But it's a curious thing because I just decided to take my ketone reading just for the hell of it. I'm like, so it happened again, and I think it's because my phone doesn't want to delete the recently deleted videos that I keep deleting. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Oh, geez, never mind. I guess it won't show it. But anyway, I decided to take another ketone reading, and I'm actually at 2.2 millimoles per liter. And just a few hours ago, 2 hours ago, I was at 1.5. So I'm definitely on like a super like upward trend because I think now I'm totally glycogenated. I'm free. So it took so long for me to get to this point. Like I was telling you, you want to get those high numbers, right? And in reality, it's because your insulin's too high. So for you to get in control of that, and ideally you'd be doing OMAD. But like I was saying earlier in the video, basically what happens is that your metabolic flexibility in a general sense goes down after doing the same thing over and over, even if you're doing OMAD, even if you were eating consistently, and it would just get worse. It would just be a little worse if you were not doing OMAD. And it basically forces you, and probably why I do it, to do long-term fasts. Or not long-term fasts, but longer fasts so that you can become more flexible over time. So, for example, I predict, based off of these principles, that my ketone's going to keep rising even after eating, and as long as I don't have carbs, right, or sugars, and I'm going to be disciplined about that today. And it's just going to keep rising, and the more I do OMAD, it's going to take about 3 days before it'll go down again. Maybe it might take even a week, as long as I'm not having sugars or carbs. That's what's going to happen. But eventually it will happen, where it will go down. And when that does happen, give me a few days or a few you know, a few hours of intense exercises or whatever, and it'll go back up again. And I think that's just because it just has, maybe it might even take 2 weeks, but as long as I'm not having sugars or carbs, like you're more metabolically flexible and stuff like that, and you should show a high reading of the ketones. So obviously that's high level, but obviously everything is insulin. Everything at the end of the day is insulin, and unfortunately there's no magic cure for you to get the insulin down, unless you have type 1 diabetes, because then you won't be able to produce it, and you're just gonna have insane levels of ketones that are just insane. But yeah, metabolic flexibility, man, that's what it's all about. Anyways, I was trying to describe to you in the video about how the fineness works. So this is going to be the most fineness, and then there's a timer associated with this, as you can see. And so when you choose different ones, it'll go longer, obviously, and then it'll time it just about right, just for it to be at the fineness that it wants the beans to be. And in this case, usually you want it to be either between medium or medium fine for the a coffee maker. But yeah, and then I got this everyday dose. I saw it from Wasim, and it has the amino acids you need, and some collagen peptides. So I thought maybe it was gonna break a fast, but it doesn't. It had no influence on my ketones, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. This show started. I'm gonna get everything I'm gonna cook with that I'm gonna eat. I still don't know 100% what I'm gonna eat, but I will start taking things out and show you. So obviously, I'm gonna want to have my ghee, my red palm oil, my coconut oil. So I'm gonna take all that out. Just one step at a time, right? So we have this. Okay. I'm running out of coconut oil. Isn't that interesting? Well, not really. Still got quite a bit left, actually. So you can see how much I have left. Still quite a bit. So yeah, I've been scooping that out usually from the thing, but I haven't got my red palm oil. And Mark, hopefully you're still using the red palm oil. I don't know if you were able to use it for any other reason, but I use it now to cook with, and I've been using it in my coffees. It's not in the black coffee, only the layered latte. I'm kind of afraid of insulin, even though I shouldn't be afraid of insulin spikes. Actually, I'm less afraid of that. It's more about the fat, I guess. Like, I don't want to do too much fat all at once. But yeah, so I'm basically at minimum, I'm going to have chicken, and I'm going to make some saffron. I'm going to put some saffron together. So yeah. But I'm not going to have that bullshit lava cake that I made. Now, it's not bullshit, but it's like, I don't want to ruin my chances with, oh, by the way, I started using this in my black coffee. This was recommended to me, like the actual regular pure monk fruit by Mark from Mark's Epic Weight Loss. So I thought that was good. But yeah. Hold on a second. Got to get all my stuff here. All my spices that I like. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it out. You gotta be patient with me. Oh, and I don't know if I showed you the pumpkin. I'll give it to you another time. But sorry about that. I'm trying to find my spices. Anyway, let's go ahead and cook. Start the cooking process. I just put the burner on real quick. And I'm gonna get my stuff. Obviously, I'm gonna make. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this ribeye steak. To make some of that. For some reason, I thought I had another half of the ribeye somewhere else. But yeah, got my salad here. I'm gonna make some salmon, the last of the salmon piece. Just regular shit, you know, regular stuff. And then obviously I can't forget to put my vegetables there, you know. And I'm gonna have to weigh everything out, you know. So I know it's like an extra step, but it has to be done. Oh yeah, I'm throwing the shit out. Okay. I'm looking for my cheese. Get my sour cream out. Maybe my cottage cheese. Oh yeah, there's my cheese. Okay, good. I'm just gonna get Roquefort just like I normally do. So I got my typical food. I just can't find my. I can't find my the steak. I don't know why. Oh, and I got some Parmesan Reggiano. I forgot about that. Cool. And I can't forget eggs. I'm gonna make some eggs as well. Drifting. Same shit happened. Whatever, okay, let's just keep going and see how far we can get with this. All right, so I'm gonna make my saffron. cut up my vegetables after this. Okay, so I'm getting a bowl so I can put that saffron in. Always does. It's always like this process. Okay. Interesting process. She got it tight. Gotta get mortar and pestle, or not mortar and pestle, this thing to crush the saffron with. Always do this. It's like a religious thing now. I don't always use saffron, but I kind of feel like using it today. There's only a little bit left. I got it from Costco for, I think, 35 bucks. It's a lot of money. You only need a little bit. Well, it's a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's good enough. And then you just got to crush it like that thing. Should have crushed it before, guys. Okay. It's good. Just gotta put some water down. Let it go for about 10 minutes or so. And then I'm going to put the vegetables. For the, oh, there's the steak. Okay, that's the steak. Is it that good? No, but I'll get a whiff of it. There is a brown spot, but no, it's not bad. Can't put it on there yet. And my new Wilford cheese there. And then the chicken. I was going to make chicken as well. So, this is sealed, so that's probably why it's going to take a while. Where is the chicken? Okay, so I got my saffron here. It's been about 10 minutes, so I'm just going to pour it in. Probably take out there's like some ice cubes I got in there. It's too much water. I'll leave those in there. Anyway, I said I was gonna, so I got this chicken here, right? I'm gonna smash it, and I said I was gonna weigh out my food, but I think I might do that after cooking, because I'm basically gonna cook whatever I have. It's like, you know, and I can't imagine that being more than 1,300 calories. I mean, maybe it's more, but you know, obviously I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna measure it after, but it's all good. We don't have to measure it before because, I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably good to eat what you have, but if you have to throw it out, you just gotta throw it out, you know, or save it for later, you know, or something. But it's all good. So, and I'm just using whatever I have. So, like, these are the cilantro bunches and some green onion. I haven't really been going to the store too much to buy this stuff because I don't know. It's just been too busy with work, I guess. You could always say that. So I don't know if it's actually true, but I feel like it's valid for me to say that. And the other thing too is I'm trying to cut costs to some extent, because I know I've been spending a lot on groceries in general. Seems like pretty crazy, but it is what it is. I mean, you have to spend a lot if you want to do good with your diet, in my opinion. Now, some people disagree with that, like, oh, just go to Walmart or whatever, or maybe do even more fast or something. I don't know. There's like a happy medium, and maybe I haven't found it yet. It's all good. It's like, oh, maybe you don't use enough coupons, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. So I got all this stuff here, and that's about the only vegetables. Oh, and then I'm gonna put oh, I do have a zucchini. Good. It happened to be like kind of. I'm thinking it was a jalapeno this whole time. You know, it's kind of funny how that works. But yeah, I'm just cutting it up. I got some garlic there too, which garlic cloves. Crush and then cut. I probably should put the phone over here, please, to see what I'm doing. It's still hard to see, I know. But, so I'm getting the garlic cloves, and I'm going to crush them, and then cut them up, or take the skin off, or whatever this shit is. Yeah, this is the skin. I always do this. I'm afraid my phone is at that point where recording now requires too much memory that I have to get a new phone, basically, and upgrade. I think I'm at that point, but ironically I can actually upgrade for free pretty much. And I remember this happened almost 2 years ago. So I think I'm due for an upgrade just about, starting in January or something. But that could also mean that I'm not able to record for another, you know, record YouTube videos, because it's just going to keep saying memory full. for a while. So, which kind of sucks, like 2 months or whatever. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, you know. I feel like they play this game to where they're like they know that they could have you upgrade because of the memory thing. So, but it, you know, it is what it is. So. Oh shit. Trying to put it to the side so that it doesn't go on there. Because I don't like to consume the seeds and stuff. Too much lectins or whatever. Yeah, I like to rinse it off. So I'm going to put them in the pan, everything I just made. Everything I just sliced. Not everything, not like some of the onions I'm going to put in the salad. So it's going to saute a little. This is what I always do. You've seen my videos. Like cilantro punches. Okay, anyway. Yeah, because I have this small thing of salmon, this small thing of steak, so it's not very much food. So I'm just basically using whatever I have left. And again, I might end up using more. I might end up cooking more a little bit. Oh, and by the way, I want to slice more of these. Just because I'm so damn hungry. I might even go out because it's a Friday night and get some poke. I don't know yet. Because I'm like kind of itching for, I've been itching for poke a little. But yeah. It's kind of fun. Alright, so I have to smash this with that tool that I like. Oh, there it is. Let's look at that. You know, I might as well smash these too, like, in the same manner. The cloves? Oh, shit. Because you have to smash them anyway, right? So yeah, my ketones are at 2.2, which is interesting. And it's probably even going up even now. It might be at 2.5 because I'm at that glycogen that, where it's like just kind of remains here and then just kind of linearly increases. Because I think now I'm glycogen free, you know, because of the insulin. So the insulin's gone and all that. You know, I think that's what's happening. Better cover this. The joys of cooking. Hell, if I wanted to measure, if I just wanted to go ahead and measure the weight of everything, fuck. Might as well do it. Where's my, I don't know where my scale went. Oh, it's right here. Where's a plate? So, come on, man, don't be late. So the chicken is 125 grams. So that would be equivalent to approximately 140 calories. Yeah, 140 calories. Okay. And obviously 150 calories, so we can estimate about 300 calories now with the salad, right? And then the I'm looking for my spatula here. Fucking spatula. Where is that spatula? I don't know. Fuck. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just wanted to get this out of the way. Put the chicken in there. So, yeah, 300 calories, and then I got this piece of ribeye, which is it's about half, but I'm just still gonna measure it, and I don't know. Oh yeah, the nutrition label, actually it's gone. But I think it said per serving it's 220 calories, so I'm just gonna use that. So now we're at 520 calories. Yeah, 520 calories. It looks a little less than half, but I'm just gonna use say half. 520 calories. It's pretty low. The vegetables here are about another 20, so 540. Actually, not even that. So 530 calories. You know. So. I'm just doing random math, you know. And then the Roquefort cheese is obviously, I always want to do 55, so 530, so about 50 calories. So 580 with the Roquefort, 585, if you want to be exact. And then the salmon, I always forget what it is, but we have 51 grams of salmon. So 51 grams of salmon. And I have the nutrition label here. 51 grams of salmon. No, 51 grams of salmon is about a third of what they're saying per serving, which is about, surprisingly, it's actually quite low. It's only about 60 calories. So I'll just round it up to 650 calories, yeah, in total for everything. I'm a little surprised that that's only a third. 650 calories, okay, we'll take it. And then with the eggs, obviously, it's going to add on quite a bit. So, the eggs are 140 because I'm going to use 2. So, 690 plus 100, 790. So, we're almost at 800 calories, which is not bad. And I might as well just say 830 calories because I like to use the macadamia nut oil, so 830 calories. So yeah, I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world to call it that. 830 calories, fine. So I'm overestimating a little bit. I'm not counting whatever oils I added to the saucepan or whatever. So there could be something there, which is fine. So 830 calories. And I'll even add 20 calories, so make it 850, just to account for this Parmigiano Reggiano that I'm going to add, just little bits of it. So 850. And so, I don't know, I might make room. I know I hate to say make room, but like it's true. About making room for other things. You know, it's true. I don't even have ground beef. If I had ground beef, I'd make it. That's one of the issues right now. I just don't have it. So I think I'm gonna have some. I'm gonna have some cottage cheese too. You know. So I may end up doing other things. I don't know yet. But I got the sour cream, so I'll add in another 50 calories for the sour cream. I'm not sure what that would be equal to, but about 2 tablespoons. So that's quite a bit actually. Would be 70. So, but I'll add in another 50 or make it 950. You know, just to account for a little bit of this. Did I say 950? I meant 900. Sorry. There's 900, I think. But I'll make it 950 to allow for like this and a little bit of cottage cheese. And I'm not gonna weigh exactly how much cottage cheese. I'm just gonna do just a slight dollop. So 950. Let's just make it 950. Fuck it. And again, I still have room, so to speak, for other things if I wanted to stack it together. I might add some cheese. I don't know. But yeah, if I'm at this point, oh, I know what I can do. I got some sardines here. Actually, some sardines that I'm gonna probably open up and have a little bit of. So I don't know. I'll have to make room for that. And I might have a third egg actually, because eggs are really nutritional. You know, it's like you might as well eat up all your eggs. You know, because that's how I look at it. Shit, the problem is I don't have a lot of, well, I do have another steak. I might make more steak actually. I might add more steak to this. We'll see. We'll see how hungry I am. But like, meat is the name of the game at this point for me. I'm not super carnivore like, but you know. But I do love my meat. Can't deny that. So yeah, it's still pretty low calorie, think about it. Oh, it smells so good. Holy crap, I missed it. I miss it eating. It smells so nice. Freaking love that. Especially with the saffron. You can't go wrong with the saffron. Oh, I gotta show you how it looks without, you know. Oh, I love that smell. It's so nice. Ooh. So let's see here. I'll get another egg. Cover it up. Put it on high. It's already on high. Get a plate. I'm so used to OMAD, like I almost feel like it feels like I don't need to eat like right now, but like I do, I know I do, you know. It's a weird feeling. Oh shit. It's part of the chicken. It looked like an egg. Pretty good. Maybe I didn't cook it all the way I should, maybe, but at least it retained its yolk, you know. Ideally it would be like a poached egg. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Oh, I forgot to put the timer on. Probably another 15 minutes, I would guess. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! I'm gonna throw this out. It was the salad from now I gotta make my salad. Uh-oh, I'm breaking my fast with onions. I'm just kidding, it's not bad. Okay, maybe it is. I've done that before with olive oil. I'm like choking on it and shit. It's terrible. Fucking terrible. Anyway. So bad. Okay. Arugula. And then, let's see. I'm gonna estimate, I'm not gonna get it. Well, maybe I'll just use it. You're just feeling blue. And then I'm going to open up the ricotta, because I'm using a fresh sheet of ricotta. Put some garlic here. Garlic is so good for you. Oh. Oh yeah, I gotta check up on the food. Shoot. Oh yeah, shit. Basically, super coach. I'm basically done with the salad. I got these sardines that I bought from Costco a while back. I think I showed you before. They're like wood roasted or something. I'm definitely gonna open that up. Okay, it's done. When I cough like that, I know it's coming. Some macadamia nut oil on that. And then, as usual, you're gonna see me eat a little. Again, it's about 950 calories. If I put a little bit of sour cream in the other stuff, sour cream and cottage cheese. So here's what it looks like. And then, sorry, I dropped my phone. I started eating. And it's pretty good. I grabbed the sardines out of here. About 3 or so. So it's no more than about 80 calories. So yeah, I'm hovering around 900 to 1,000 calories. But again, it's okay. So, got a lot of room. But I'm monitoring things based off of how I feel. And you know, a lot of, like Eddie Abuse says, you shouldn't be counting your calories anyway. It's more about how you feel, you know. And whatever I just did right there was like another 20 calories. Like, chew your food slowly. Try to take it all in. You know. Try to see how you feel and if you might need to eat more. This salad is so good. Almost done with the steak. I also really like the sardines. But I have to admit, it's not nearly as good as the Bar Harbor ones. But I dig these. I just wouldn't eat them as a snack or whatever. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of pesto. Actually, from the best brand, the Gotham Greens. I don't have to do too much, but it is healthy, so very little, because it would go along well with the sour cream. Still around 1,000 calories. I'm not going to be exact. That's less than a tablespoon. So we're on the same page. Love it. Mmm. Oh yeah, the fatty part. I love it. Thanks for watching me eat.